Now for the Wired Nerdy Podcast with your hosts Keith and Doug. Let's get nerdy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wired Nerdy Podcast. This is season number 3, episode number 24, if I got that right. Yeah. My name is Keith. I'm here with my good buddy Doug. Doug's sitting in the dark.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
With his refurbed light that's not working anymore.
Yeah, the refurb light has carried me strong for almost 3 seasons, but it's definitely time to check out a new one.
Yeah, he looks like he's in the den of darkness. That's where he is today. So, but we'll get it fixed. We'll get him figured out on that. So,
oh yeah.
But yeah, we've got a good show for you guys today. Some fun, nerdy stuff going on here, especially with Doug. Doug's going to be our main topic. It's going to be cool. But before we get into that, let's jump into some nerd news. You want to cue it up?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it.
The first story we're going to talk about, really interesting. It's by a company called 8-Bit Dough. That's the number 8 B-I-T Dough. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was cutting you off there, sorry.
No, I cut you off on accident. So.
Oh, okay.
No, you're good.
So 8-Bit Dough makes awesome controllers. I know you have some, I have some, Brian has some as well. Really good controllers, really good for if you're playing on the computer. And they make some for your consoles as well. This one is great, in my opinion, though. It's taking your 8-Bit Dough controller, but it's making your buttons magnetic. And you're like, why do I want swappable buttons? Well, if you do emulation like I do, play Super Nintendo or PlayStation or Xbox, your combinations are different. I know the PlayStation has shapes and symbols on it, not letters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you can kind of move that to, and maybe they'll sell a pack of triangle, square, circle, X too.
Yeah, pretty sure.
But I think this is a really good idea, and I want to hear your thoughts. I think,
dude, I'm with you. I think
as long as that magnet's strong, that's the thing I worry about. Is if the magnet falls off and now you don't have a button.
I think it would be. And these models, I own this exact one shape at least.
Yep.
I love it. It is such a great controller.
I've got an 8-Bit Dough actually on my desk here. Very nice.
Yours is looks more. It's Xbox-y style. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got the XYBA combo as the button, and
where
I cannot switch them.
This I say is more closer to PlayStation, not quite as fat as that Xbox style. I have that. It's I love it. Such a great thing. I think this is awesome that you can swap these buttons out. I wouldn't be worried about the magnets. I mean, those, if you look even at that close, those are pretty.
They've got kind of a locking pin.
They do.
Looks like,
yeah. So I think this is great. It's been maddening to me that, and I get it, everybody wants to stand out, but I always thought it should be like a standard, where because I think every time it would throw me off is if I go into emulation, I think it's the Nintendo games. The A and the B are inverted from the Xbox, and then of course you have PlayStation, which is the X's and triangles and that sort of thing. I think this is a great move. Now they say they're kind of pricey. I think they're like $70 if I remember correctly.
I'm looking down the article. Now, if you go down, this is really cool. You can switch out some.
I didn't see that.
Arcade style as well. So what we're looking at, those for those who can't see it, is your normal joysticks, like on a DualShock or your current PlayStation. You can switch them out for some arcade style looking toggles.
Yeah, I love that. I didn't see that.
Awesome. And that's the magnet as well. This opens a whole new world, really, of magnetic things.
I love it. Look at that. Like, just the design.
Storage case for your dongle.
Yeah, dude. They're like really stepping it up. 8-Bit Dough is just, they make great controllers anyway.
Great stuff,
but this is a cool thing. I probably would definitely upgrade to the magnetic ones. I think this is one, because I predominantly use my 8-Bit Dough for retro gaming. I love my Xbox controller. That's kind of a great OG one. But personally, the 8-Bit Dough feels the best in my hands, and I like its versatility. But now with being able to swap buttons and
that's a game changer.
Even with the arcades, that's a cool touch. I've not seen anybody like do that before. So that's cool, especially if you're doing like fighting games, and you're like trying to, go, even if it's like one of the Final Fight, or one of those co-op fight games, what are they, beat 'em ups. That'd be perfect for that as well. So Yeah, dude, I might pick one of those up at some point, depending on when they went in there. I was looking for, yeah, there it is. The 8BitDo 2 launched for $50 4 years ago, and then it says, but the new Pro 3 is debuting at a slightly steeper $70 price. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think that that's bad, and let me say why. When you go look at the Switch 2, holy mackerel, like anywhere from $120 to $130
Yeah.
for the Switch 2 controller. I think honestly the $80 mark doesn't bother me, just compared to what we've been seeing going on in the industry for the costing. And then of course it has a 1,000 milliamp rechargeable battery, and it says while the company says it offers up to 20 hours of gameplay at a full charge, it's not removable, which the old one wasn't. The
Yeah.
Pro 3 includes a convenient charging dock that doubles as a storage for the dongle, like you said, and when the controller dies, it can still be used while connected to a console USB. Dude, my battery on my existing one lasts a really long time.
Mine lasts forever. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is great, man. Maybe when this thing launches, I may actually upgrade to it, because I think it's great. I'm with you. Like, does it come with all the buttons? I'd almost want to like see what buttons does it come with, because I would love for it to have the triangle and the X, and then obviously you can swap this for Nintendo. But I'm curious about what buttons it comes with, or if you have to buy them.
I'm looking at their website, and it's only showing the letter combinations at the moment.
Boy, that's kind of a missed
I would assume
opportunity.
they will get a lot of feedback of, we need some shapes.
Yeah, I think they will
need some
too.
PlayStation stuff.
And hopefully they don't charge too much for those magnetic buttons. You wouldn't think it would be that much for those magnetic buttons.
I think $20 would be reasonable.
That's the top end I'd want to pay. I wouldn't want to go over that. That's what I know. So
I didn't want to interrupt you earlier, but that price point is perfect, because I'm looking, Target, Amazon, Walmart.
Yeah.
A PS5 controller is going for $60 to $80.
Yeah.
And then Xbox is going the same price. It's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
But that price right there is right in the money. It's good.
I think it's great. And it's drift resistant with their TMR technology. I wanted to mention that as too. So
that's good.
Yeah, man. Good for them.
I think the Switch 2, just to add, it has had some drift issues already.
Has. Yep, already. Dude, talk about a missed opportunity. What are y'all doing? Come on now. Yeah, that's
should have learned from the first one. Yeah.
You'd think so.
Well. And don't staple your Switch 2.
Exactly. They sold that, by the way. Did you see that GameStop? They ended up great marketing, by the way. Talk about a flip. They took the original one and they auctioned it off. And they even included the original
mark in it.
Yeah, and they included the original receipt. It's more like a collector's piece, I guess. I don't know. Cool marketing. I'll give them that.
But kudos to them for
owning it.
Oh man, we messed up. We're gonna fix it immediately.
And then they made it kind of a joke, so it's great. So, anyway, on to the next one. You haven't seen this yet, right?
I have not.
Okay, I'll be careful. James Gunn's Superman is exactly what DC movies have been missing. So here's the thing: if you've been under a rock, dude, so much Superman stuff. The amount of money that they've had to spend on marketing, the merch. I personally love it as a Superman fan. As you can tell, like I've been buying all kinds of stuff left and right, like my baseball jersey here. In the back says Superman. It's like for the meteors, but I saw it. I did talk to a lot of my friends, not Doug, because he hasn't seen it. Don't want to spoil it. All I'll say, spoiler free, is I loved it as a Superman fan. It's getting a lot of love. Its Rotten Tomatoes, I think, was sitting around 88%.
I'll
last
do a
I
check
saw.
for you.
It might have changed, but the overall idea behind this is, of course, it's going to be paywalled, but we don't need it for that. So the overall idea is that it's getting a lot of love, and people are really enjoying it. The tone is different than what we had before. There's a lot of people mad from the Snyderverse. They're really angry because, and I did. Don't get me wrong. I loved Henry Cavill. I think he's one of the best Supermen there are. But Zack Snyder's tone was completely different for Man of Steel than this. This is definitely more in line with Richard Donner's version of the 80s, which is why I fell in love with Superman. So I don't know. For me as a fan, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he's going to do with this universe. I think everybody's anticipating this is going to be the DCU, James Gunn's version. This is going to basically catapult them to compete with what Marvel did before. They're a little late to the game, but what they're doing here is going to be epic. And I love the movie. Go see it. It's great. It is really one of the best comic movies I think I've seen. So I'm going to leave it at that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, looking up Rotten Tomatoes, it's sitting at a good 83% tomato
That's
meter.
really good.
And then this is new. They have a popcorn meter at 92%.
Oh yeah, so
So
that's
I don't
the
know what the
people.
popcorn meters.
That's people's choice. That's like
Oh,
that's
so
people.
tomatoes are
Yep,
critics and
tomatoes
okay.
critics and the popcorn's the people. So that's
Hey,
actually,
92%.
dude, it's crushing it. So you need to try to see it, Dougie. I think you're
I
gonna
do.
really like it. It's a great movie. It's a lot of fun. It's very lighthearted and doesn't take itself too serious.
Good.
It's got awesome characters in it. I'm just trying to be very careful with my words because I don't want to ruin anything for anybody.
No. You're fine. Yeah,
So go check it out, man. It's awesome. It's great.
definitely.
So the next one's weird.
Next one, I'll let you cover. It is weird.
So if you remember, like, I think it was the last episode in Nerd News, we were talking about Grok. Grok is the AI developed by Elon Musk's his team, and we remember we were talking about how they were trying to make it. They did an update, and it went on a Nazi rant and called itself Hitler and Mecha
Yeah.
Hitler. It's weird. Well, this gets even weirder. So Grok is known. When you look at the other models out there, like GPT, they have a lot of restrictions in place because they don't want it to be offensive. And Grok has a lot less controls on it. And that's why it did what it did. And keep in mind, too, Grok's been trained on Twitter data, which Twitter data is probably a far more, what do I want to say? Divisive. I guess that's what I'm looking for.
It's
Than like
rated R when we need like a PG-13.
Yeah, if you trained on Wikipedia versus training on Twitch, it's it's like you're gonna get a different take. So, but what they've done is, I'm sorry, this is weird. They have companions that you can now quote romance, and what's weird, the companions, like one of the companions they chose is an anime, and it says, I'm just gonna click this. It's probably gonna be loud in my ear. So no, it's muted. It literally, you can have a conversation with it and romance it like a video game. I'm sorry, this is so like, dude living in mom's basement, never touched up another person.
Cheeto dust
vibes.
on a beanbag too.
Dude, this is cringe. I'm just gonna say it. It's weird to me, and I know it's inevitable with AI. We knew that. I always joke that in the future, our as we get on, my kids or whatever, my grandkids will probably gonna announce that I want to marry an AI, and that'll be that'll be like the controversy, right? So I always joke about that, and I know it's inevitable, like people having relationships with robots and AI, but this just, I don't know, this is just kind of weird. I don't know what they're doing over there.
It is weird, yeah.
It's so odd. So, what's your thoughts on this, man?
I mean, we look at the news and you think it's comical, but it's actually, or fake news, but it's real. People marrying inanimate objects.
Yeah.
So this is just another addition.
And
I
love
mean,
the way you're gonna love, I
fits
guess.
some checkbox somewhere of we've covered that customer. I'm sure Elon Musk looks at, I have tons of customers, they're all into weird stuff. Let's get a little checkbox for everybody. I have no idea.
It is a demographic, and I guess maybe you could obviously you can make money on it. It's odd being in the early days of all of this. I don't know. I don't get the timing. But I don't know. I'm not the demographic, so I get it. So if you want to go romance yourself an AI, you can go do that. I'll leave their name out of it, but I'll leave their name out of it because it's embarrassing. My friend Matt and I knew a guy who was obsessed with, remember, this is even making me laugh even saying it, Mass Effect. You bought that game, right?
I did. I have started slowly playing through it. Yeah.
So it's a great game. Right?
Yeah.
Well, he had it on 360, and this, not Matt, but our mutual friend. Okay. Yeah. And essentially, he would spend hours and hours in the game, but he wasn't just playing, he was romancing the characters. And like, we always joked about how he was in love with these digital characters. And this was many, many years ago. So it's just so funny when I see stuff like this. I think of our mutual friend that seemed to have a weird obsession with, and Matt will know who this is right away if he hears this. So it was kind of creepy. So I don't know. I just immediately think of odd situations, but I'm sure at some point it'll be socially accessible for you to marry your AI or your digital video game. We'll see. All right. Next one. I'm gonna let you do this one, brother.
Yeah, I actually saw this in like a quick article, but I haven't read about it.
Mhm.
So Japan, we look at Japan as just this crazy technological place. They've done really, really well. Now they've broken another record by destroying the internet speed record. Now, to give a little history, obviously, way back, and you can help us, we started at 50. We probably started earlier, but I remember 56K. So
Way earlier, my friend.
I
Way
know.
earlier.
But
So,
that's my start. So we go from 56K to, um,
which
let me
is,
find it,
by the way,
1
K is kilobytes.
kilobyte. So now
Yeah.
we're at 1.02 petabytes.
Hmm.
So to do a little math on that, it is 127,500 gigabytes over, yeah. And it gives the miles of how long it can go. Is that right?
1,120 miles. That's crazy. So they're
So,
using fiber. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we look at our speed now, and you and I are on a gig. I'm on a gig speed. You might be 4 gig speed.
No, I just stuck. I'm still on
We're on
my
a gig.
gig.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
we are 1 gigabyte a second
Mhm.
on the good time. It comes down a little bit, but my goodness. So 127,500 gigabytes.
That's
Holy
insane.
crap.
It is. They keep pushing the limits of it. So I remember, because I'm the older of the two of us,
I
as you
didn't say
often
the O
remind
word,
me.
so
I went out with friends the other night, and it was our group of friends that we played D&D with. Doug
yeah.
wasn't there, but I will tell you what, Doug was there in spirit because,
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
they were definitely rousing me about being the old guy. So thanks, Doug. So speed-wise, modems. Let's travel back in time. They were called the speed ratings was a bot or a bot rating. So you had a 14.4 bot. And that's 14.4 kilobytes. That was the one. Now I'm sure they were slower than that,
Blazing.
but when I got into the game, it was 14.4. Then and back then there was no internet. They had what were called bulletin boards. What that meant was these were just local servers ran by people out of like their homes. It was just like you can dial into it. They would buy like a switch box and it had so many phone lines they would plug into it. And now what would happen is it could only serve so many people at once. And it was all text. There was no graphics. And you basically would connect up and it would be your local area phone number. You would dial and it would connect to it. And 14.4 was the first modem we had. Then you get blazing. Oh, I'm going to get this wrong. 33.8. It was either 33.8 or 38.3. I think it was 33.8 was the next one. And then after that was 56K. And that's where Doug enters the arena. So that's
way
the
back
progression.
in my time. Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly. So we've come a very long way. What's really cool is that they're doing this with existing technology. It's not like they're inventing new types of lasers or new types of fiber optics to do this. They're essentially taking the pre-existing fiber optic cables and pushing them to their limits. Now, I remember at one point when I was really heavy into fiber optics in my career. Most people don't know this. Lasers are red. And the reason why red is, and you'll remember this from when you did your radio waves class, the red on the spectrum, everything has a wave. And the color red flows in a way that allows it to get thrown further distances because the color red in the spectrum, its wave sig sign, it goes up and down inside of a channel, actually allows it to travel farther. So the color red will go far. That's a lot of the reasons why when you watch a presentation and somebody has one of their little pointer devices, it's always red because it's a very strong color that can travel long distances. It's dominant. Now, they've done research. Most people don't know this, in labs and stuff, there are different fiber colors, meaning they use different laser colors. They've done blue and green. The difference is that they may not be able to travel as far, but that same wavelength allows you to achieve different speeds. Now, I have no clue what color of laser. I don't think it says in here that they're using with this. I'm going to assume they're still using, going as far as they did, 1,120 miles at that speed, I'm going to assume it's still red. But there's all kinds of ways that they can manufacture cables, and then also end to end of what's accepting the cable. They talk about like cores. So that means they have processors. It's just fiber optics with 19 cores. Well, that's not a processor. Actually, this is the diameter of how they make it. So they're just manufacturing these cables in a way. It kind of blows my mind. I think this is a good thing that they're taking older technology hardware and they're pushing it to its limits. I think it's great. So I will be shocked to see where we're going to go with this. Imagine if they start doing this combined with different laser colors and stuff. It's going to go far. It's really cool. and it's going to be needed with all the AI stuff that's going on,
Oh yeah.
bandwidth wise and speed. So
It's hard to put 1.02 petabyte in in thought but
it's hard to wrap your head around.
it
Yeah.
is. I've looked up some stuff. So the Library of Congress has all this stuff. I believe, if I'm reading it right, it has 20 petabytes of data.
Mhm.
NASA has accumulated around 40 petabytes of Earth science data.
Yep.
So if you think about it, with this new breaking speed, if you're doing good, 40
20.
seconds, you
Yeah.
will have all the information NASA has collected about our planet. That, to me, is mind-blowing.
That's nuts, man. You can get all of Wikipedia in like 5 seconds,
Yeah.
probably.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that nuts?
Crazy speed. Yeah.
Well, imagine if you start combining this with storage, because they're making, a lot of people don't know this. There is a fringe research going on today. So traditionally storage, meaning like your hard drive, it's on, well, magnetic, we'll just say. So traditionally it was magnets is where we were storing on magnetic disk. And they would just manipulate it with magnets, and that's how they would store data. Now we're in what's called solid state, which are just chips, right? Those chips have different voltage levels, and that's how it stores it. The next phase is lasers. They found they can actually store data inside of light. So can you imagine combining the speed of that storage, size of it, and then being able to transfer it?
That's
Dude.
crazy. Yeah.
So it's getting very Star Trek-y in here, Doug. It's going to be cool.
See, I'm doing good on my fact checking here.
Yeah,
So
keep going.
as of 2024, the global data volume, that's everybody's data, is sitting at 149 zettabytes. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, that's quite a few up there. That's pretty high. But you'd be able to download all that in like a day or two.
Oh, well, okay.
All right. I'm going to let you also get this next one, because I know this is near and dear to your heart.
I'm super excited. So, new Fallout game reported in production, including a Fallout 3 remaster. My thought on remasters, and don't let me trigger you here, is they're awesome. Like, if
I
you
love
love
them.
that game, they're awesome. But features, that's where I kind of like remaster, awesome. You live the nostalgia, but you want the features of the new game. So, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, they've added some new features that are really cool. I mean, of course, I'm probably going to go back and play a Fallout 3 remaster, but that's kind of why I avoid remasters. I don't know if that makes sense.
You avoid them because you don't
of
want the new features
and stuff.
You do want new features, or you don't?
I do.
Okay.
Hopefully, I made that argument.
It did. Well, the good news is this: you didn't play Oblivion yet, right?
I have not.
So Oblivion, which came out before Fallout 3, they remastered. The good news is, and it was everybody fell in love with it again. The good news is that they did put a lot of quality of life things that weren't in the original game. Specifically,
and that's what I'm asking about.
Like the UI was not great, and they fixed that. So I think you're going to get your wish. You're going to get it remastered. It's going to look better, but they're also going to, if they do what they did with Oblivion. Now, where I think Bethesda's smart, I've noticed they have been handing off these remastered to sub companies to do. And they've been doing and they did a great job with it, honestly. Yeah. So I'm excited about this. I think it's great, because it seems like all we ever get is bad news right now in the video game world. They talk about Perfect Dark getting canceled, Microsoft laying off 9,000 people, which of course Microsoft owns ZeniMax, which owns Bethesda. So there's just a lot of bad news lately. So I don't know. It's kind of nice getting good news, and that absolutely. Maybe we're going to get more remastered from them. And I think it's a smart play to keep people interested in Elder Scrolls until they can get it done. Because who knows when Elder Scrolls, it may be still another couple of years before the next Skyrim. Sequel.
Skyrim was amazing, and I'm so glad you told me to play it. So I'm super excited for the next version of that.
Yeah. So I'm glad they're doing this. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Talking about Fallout, not to interrupt you there.
No, you're good.
The new Fallout Season 2, I'm super excited for. It comes out in December. And talking about remasters and stuff, the second season of Twisted Metal comes out soon. Also very excited about that.
Is that good?
Yeah, so the first one, I hope I'm not spoiling for anybody, spoiler alert here, but the first season, you kind of get a little story of how they are your characters. They're not really in the tournament. but the previews from Twisted Metal 2, it looks like, or second season, it looks like they're actually getting in the tournament with Calypso.
Okay.
Which, when I played back on PS1, PS2, I love that game. Know all about Calypso and all the wishes.
Isn't that on Peacock?
I believe so, yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I just hadn't got into it yet. So I know it's pretty popular, but but anyway, back to the Fallout thing. It is interesting you brought up the show. I think it's smart for them to ride the tide of the popularity of the show, because there's a lot of people. I know my wife, she knows of Fallout. She's not a video gamer. She loves the show.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of people that love the show. And I think getting that new interest in it, I think it's smart for them to lean into these remasters and to do this. So I'll definitely be picking it up. I love
Fallout. And that's
Fallout
what
3.
I hope for Twisted Metal. Maybe this show will promote a new game.
Now, did you play and beat Fallout 3 already?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. It was good. It's the one set in DC.
Yep, I liked it. I like the factions or the clans or the groups. Yep. Very nice.
What's crazy about it, it's one of those games that I remember the first, like when I went to Washington, D.C., I kind of knew the layout of the city. Kind of reminds me of The Division. Yeah. We talked about that, right? They did such a good job at, granted it's dystopian and broken up, but they did such a good job at the landmarks and the layout that you could like play it, and then kind of generally when you go to that city, you get a sense of where things are. So I don't know. So it's kind of cool.
Well, that's the same thing for Fallout 4 in Boston.
It is.
They said they did it so well that you could kind of make your way around Boston.
They said that for GTA 5. I think it was like San Diego and a few other places in California. Yeah. It's like Los Santos, basically, is what it is. And then Vice City, which will be the next GTA. They say that's like down in the Miami area and a few others. So it's funny how they do that.
It looks wild.
Yeah, it does. All right, man. You ready to get to our main topic?
Yeah, let's get to it.
All right. So right out the gate, this is so funny to me. I think I've created a monster. That's what I'm going to say. Is Doug has been I don't know, he's been drinking that Kool-Aid. See, that's what's in his cup right now. It's apple Kool-Aid. Yeah. So if y'all remember, not too long ago, Doug was so hardcore pro Android, and then he hemmed and hawed and labored on whether he should switch to Apple or not. And took him forever. He put his foot on the train, then he'd take it off. He'd ordered, then he'd send it back, and then finally he made the plunge. Right. Well, now homeboy's got his iPhone, he's got his iPad, he got himself an Apple Watch, he's got Apple TV. He's in, right?
Oh yeah.
Just when I think it's over, they pull him back in. Doug, that's our topic today. So Doug's made yet another launch into the foyer of the Apple product ecospace. What'd you do, buddy? What did you do?
I got this heavy thing on my wrist here. Let's see if I can wake it up.
That's all right. I got a picture here we're going to put up on the screen.
So yeah, as he's pulling that up, I had a Watch Series 10, so the latest watch is awesome, really nice. Now I've switched to the Ultra 2, which if you kind of look at the stats, it's a back step, but it's also a front step, because we'll pull up the specs here in a minute. My thought was, and you tell me if I have the wrong thinking here, of future-proofing myself. You know, with the Android, I have to go back and say that the Android, really, I was a power user of power users. On it all the time, videos, movies, text, calls, whatever. So that battery life was terrible. So after about a year, I could tell that my battery life was getting worse and worse and worse.
Oh, really?
So I'm hoping switching to this Apple ecosystem, that I don't have to switch phones every year or 2 years, because that's what I'd have to do. I don't know if it's just me, but I would like burn out a phone and I'd have to charge that thing. You know, we talked about Comic-Con one year when I took my Android, and it's so sad that I took my Android with a charger for your car, a portable charger for my backpack, and then I think I had another battery pack in case it died. I was so worried about my Android dying. And I had the top of the line Android. That's my problem. Is I like top of the line things. So I had Google Pixel 8 Pro or something. I forgot what number it was. But
you about cried at the end of the trip where I had been filming and photoing all day. I used it for GPS and played music. Yeah. And I think by the time we got back home after this, and keep in mind, it's like 2 hours there, 2 hours back. And we were there for most of the day. Like, I think I had 40% left on my.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't charge all day. He was kind of.
I charged it 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So flash forward to I'm in the Apple world now, and the things are working great. What I really love, and you've told me before, is my watch syncs to my phone, my iPad syncs to my phone. All this stuff connects together. But the battery life, my goodness, the battery life is amazing. So I guess my thought of going from the Apple Watch 10 to the Ultra was they're probably getting ready to release a new watch in November
Fall.
or
Yeah.
September or
Probably the
October.
fall. Yeah.
And trade value. I always worry about trade value
That's
too.
fair.
So I thought I'm going to trade in this watch before another one releases. So it's
Yeah.
a generation behind. And then I want something durable. I've had cases on my Watch 10, and I'm a little rough. We talked to our friend Joe, and Joe kind of pushed me over the edge of
He has one. Yeah.
he has an Ultra too,
Mhm.
never wears a case,
Mhm.
mows in it, weed eats in it, swims in it. And he said no dings, no cracks on the glass, anything. So I thought I need a really durable watch.
Yeah.
So that's my thought is I'm trying to getting back to my point. Sorry. I'm trying to future proof myself so I don't have to buy a phone, a watch, an iPad for the next 5-6 years, hopefully.
Yeah. So on this point, so you had a 10,
Yeah.
you went with the Ultra. And if y'all don't know, the Ultra is sold as being the most ruggedized. Like if you're an outdoorsy person, especially like I think when Apple marketed, it's all about mountain climbers. And now I'm not saying Doug's a mountain climber,
No.
but I'm just saying like people who like it has specialty features for it's ruggedized and it's supposed to be the toughest one you can get. Now I told Doug like my appeal to it is the glass is supposed to be far more sturdy. Doesn't it's like way more scratch resistant. It's a higher grade, like military grade, very tough device.
Yeah.
And so I was interested in it for a while there, and then I went to a Micro Center and I tried one on, and honestly, look at this band. I'll switch this picture. I love the band.
Yeah.
Does a band feel good compared to
It
did you have a
feels
silicone
good.
one before? What'd you have on your other one?
I
before?
had a Velcro one on the 10.
Velcro. Okay.
Yep.
How do you
so
feel
it
about
would
that
come
compared
and
to
I'd have
this?
to Velcro it. This is awesome because it has the little hook.
Yeah.
It was a little confusing at first,
Yeah.
but once I got the hook, it's easy.
I love the band. When I tried it on in the store, that was my favorite thing about it. And I need to find one. I have an 8.
They probably make one for that, yeah.
I'm sure they do. I need to find it because I've struggled to find. Right now, I'm using the silicone band mainly because, like, for working out, it gets sweaty. It's easy to clean, right?
Yeah.
But I need to find a band like this. But anyway, when I tried it on, I told Doug this, like, I have way smaller wrists. I'm not a small guy. I'm 6 foot tall, trying to lose weight, so I'm not like a little dude. But I have tiny wrists and I have smaller hands for my height, and it looked like a Fallout Pit Boy on my arm is what I told Doug. It's like it looked huge on my arm. It was too heavy for me. And at that point, that's when I was like, you know what? I don't know if this is for me. I wanted it just because of the durability of the screen and that sort of thing.
Yep.
Now I'm going to close this. There are features, Doug. It can do satellite.
It does all kinds of stuff.
Can't it do like satellite calling or something like that? If I remember correctly, like I'm trying to remember from the commercial.
I do not have a cellular plan with it, but if I did and I was out, it does the satellite calling as well with no signal, looking for satellites.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I picked this comparison. This is the very first Apple Watch they ever released to the far left, if you're looking.
Yep.
The one I have had in the middle and the one I have on the far right.
Yep, that's a great comparison.
So, going down the price, $7.99, crazy price, but I traded in.
I wanted to dispel a rumor.
Uh-oh.
Before rumors start that Doug is rich like Neo Ness.
I'm not.
And what he does, he wheels and deals and trades. Remember a moment ago when Doug said, I worry about trade value. Doug's big thing, anytime he gets a new technology, you can bet he either sold the other one.
Yep.
Traded the other one or did some combination of all the above to offset the cost. He never paid. Doug, you don't pay full price for nothing.
I never try to pay full price. And you said wheel and dealing. That is the key word that my wife and I use.
Because
Doug's
that's what you do.
Dealing again. Yeah.
You do.
So
Sorry to cut you off there. I just
you're good.
Doug's not rolling in the dough here.
I traded in my 10. I actually traded it into GameStop, of all places.
You got a good trade in too. I was shocked.
Yeah, they gave me, if you have an Apple Watch 10, they're giving $246, and they Venmo you right there on the spot.
That's pretty darn good.
I think I paid $399 and I got $246 for it.
Dude, that's pretty good.
I traded in a iPad Pro. Yeah.
Oh, at GameStop also?
No, I traded it into Apple. They were
Apple.
giving $390 for it.
Dude, so did you pretty much get this comped with your
So it's
trade-ins?
$200 is what I'm owed.
That's
Or what
it?
I owe on it. And to kind of do my wheeling dealing, I put it on my Apple Card at 0%
0%.
interest.
Okay. All right. And you get
So
you get a
I
little
am
discount
not rich
too.
by any means. I like wheeling, dealing, and couponing. This is my coupons.
There you go. Well, you can learn lessons from him. Now, if you look at the sizing summary, I do like that you lined this up. So the OG one was a 38 millimeter or 42. I had the 38 in the original one. My current
now, the 42
one
back then, not to cut you off, but that was probably a pretty big size back then for the first smartwatch.
Yeah, and I think the one that I have now was you had I think I have a 42 now. What was your 10?
I had the 46 in the Apple Watch 10, yep.
But this chunk 49. That's what I mean by being bigger. He's a beast. Look at that. So I don't know. I think it's great. It's awesome. I love that it's recognized. I would totally get one at some point, except it's just too big for me, man. It's too big for me.
With all the features, I am not the most athletic guy, but I am dangerous to technology as far as like running into walls and law enforcement. Hopefully I'm done in my fighting days, arguing days, but I had to worry about that as well. Wrestling with people and stuff.
My 8 is scratched to all get out, which is funny because I had a 3 before this and I didn't scratch it near as much, but this one is. And I think it's because it's bigger. So you're right. When I walk around corners and I hit stuff, or I'm always like reaching around doing stuff, whether for cable management, things like that. Like I always scratch it up. And I've tried those covers and protectors. I don't like it because it impact. I haven't found a good one that I like for the touch. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm just not big on screen protectors, to be honest with you. But usually my technology, it doesn't matter. But with my 8, I've scratched it all get up. So that was my appeal on this one. But yeah, so we run down through the features here. Pretty much the same as what you had, except it's bigger, better screen, higher nits for the brightness on the screen.
It has a siren. I have not tried it yet. I'm kind of scared to hear how loud it is.
I guess that's if somebody's attacking you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other cool thing
is like a rape
if you
whistle.
Want to go up to the very top, there is and I'll show you an action button. So you can set this action button. It's on the other side of the watch.
Oh, it's on the other side?
You can set it to whatever you want. So right now I'll push it. I have my action button set to just turning a flashlight on.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So,
I didn't know that. That's cool. I like that.
And that's only on the Ultras. It's not on the 10s. The action button.
I had to point out to Doug when he was trying to weigh this out in our group chat. He's like,
there was some mockery.
It was mockery because he's like, oh, I got to get it because it's water resistant. And I'm like, dude, your current watch is water resistant.
Well, right.
Yeah. So
what are you
I had to point that out.
Scuba diving in a bathtub? Or?
I was like, come on. First of all, Doug, where are you going in the depths? Are you going in the ocean? Number one. Number two, if you're going to use this to justify to your wife that you need to get it, I'm sorry to break it to you. You already have water resistance, so that's not new. I had to
she doesn't listen to the show, so we're perfect.
Okay, well then we're good. But she could have Googled it and found out that if you said, "Well, it's water resistant," so I had to humble him a little bit there.
No, I think my wife's interpretation of my love of technology is, I don't get it, but you're going to get it anyway, so whatever.
Probably, as long as she doesn't blame me.
The blame is over. I'm already in the Apple world, which she loves now because I was the green bubble texting my wife every day.
That's true. Look at this. I am shocked. And maybe it's because the 10 may have come out after the Ultra Shoot.
Yeah, it's kind of like I said, a backward step a little bit as far as some of the specs.
S10
but I'm
versus
looking more for the super long battery life and then
look at
the
that battery.
Durability.
Because it's
such
a chunk, man. Of course, it's got a bigger battery in it, dude. Yeah. That's great. But this is also great. Like 72 hours in the low power mode. See, I don't sleep with mine because I'll just need to charge it, right? Because it has sleep monitoring on the metrics.
I've done that. It kind of shows if you roll around, if you wake up and stuff.
Which I love, and I probably need that. However, the sleep, I don't want to have to charge it the next morning because I want to use it the next day. I don't know. That's always been kind of a rub for me. I never thought the battery life was great for that.
I slept with this one.
But you can because you got a 72-hour low power mode with it.
I've been on 2.5 days with it.
That's good. That's good battery life, man.
And then I'm up to 100% because I threw it on the charger before the show today. But
now the first thing he said to me when he opened it and sent me pictures, he's like, "It's heavy." Well, this is why. It's like titanium.
Titanium, yeah,
dude. That's heavy.
They should have the weight down below. That's what I was interested. Oh, there it is,
right here. Oh, dude, you
36
no wonder. 30 he was at 36.4 grams.
And I have the black edition.
He doubled it. 61.8. I wonder what it is about black. Is it the paint that adds a little more, maybe?
I don't know. And they didn't change anything. You know, they released the black last year, I believe, and they didn't change anything. It's just, hey, now it's in black.
Yeah. That's crazy. So it's like double the weight. This is what I mean when I put it on. I was like, dang. I feel like
It feels good, though.
It's like
but
a
I've
ball
got
and
these
chain.
big monster gloves here.
Yeah, see, I don't. I have tiny. It was hard playing guitar. I could never
Oh, yeah.
certain. I'd always have to power chord certain chords because some chords you have to like spread. My hands just aren't. I have my dad's hands. They're not huge hands. Let's go through here. What else? Chip sensor. Like it had on the display.
I mean, it's somewhat similar in some of the areas. Yeah,
I see it. There's a few like differences. I mean, pretty much all of the gym stuff's the same. Connectivity's the same.
Now this one, you know, you look at the other Apple models. This one does come with cellular. You cannot get it Wi-Fi only.
You can't on this one?
Nope, it's only it's what they call it, Wi-Fi and cellular. It's only Wi-Fi and cellular.
So the one that you have,
GPS, that's what they're calling it.
right here,
So
GPS plus cellular.
well,
models.
the other ones you can get a GPS only model. It'll save you about $100-$200.
Yeah,
But this one is only GPS and cellular. So I could add a data plan to it, but I'm not going.
That was my next one. Did you add a data plan? Okay.
No,
and to me,
I don't think they're very high. Yeah,
they call it GPS. I call it Wi-Fi only because the
that's
way
what
that
I call it too.
Yeah, if you don't get cellular, what it does is it uses your phone for its outbound connection to the internet. Is what it does.
Yeah.
So your phone has to be nearby for it to go outbound. That's what I do because I don't want another data plan. I think that's stupid. Now, I do see the appeal. If you are a runner or if you're going out and you don't want or you forget your phone at home, dude, you got your phone on your. That is a cool feature, but you got to pay for another data plan. In my opinion, I think they should just activate the cellular, and they should just use your existing phone number. They should just dual the SIMs,
Yep.
and make it to where your one data plan should, in my opinion. Of course, this is a money grab. This is my soapbox.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if you could have your one unlimited data plan for your iPad and for your phone and for your watch? That's the way it should be.
That'd be a game changer, yeah.
So, but yeah, they want money. It is what it is.
It's a money grab, absolutely.
So overall, I mean, this is pretty cool. I think you've had it a few days now. What are your general impressions? We get why you did it. You wanted more durability, and you like the larger size. Just how do you feel about it after a few days of having it?
I feel happy about it. You know, the heavier weight feels really good. It's kind of like blended in, if that makes sense. Like I don't feel the heavy weight anymore.
You're getting used to it. Yeah.
Yep. You know, do I need all the features of it? Probably not. But the battery life and the durability was the main selling point for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, the keeping it a long time. So try not to upgrade every year, 2 years.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it protected.
I'm smiling. I'm smiling right now because I want to mark this moment in time that if Apple has the Ultra Watch 3 in the fall, and then Doug's going to be like, they're giving a trade-in on the Ultra 2 right now, and I'll only have to spend $200 for an Ultra 3. Don't give me that. Don't give me that BS. Don't BS me. You can't BS a BSer, Doug.
I'm a wheeler and a dealer.
I know you are. This is why he's like, well, I won't have to upgrade for a long time. Guys, right here, this episode, mark it. Episode number 24, season 3. We're gonna see. We'll see what happens. Let's see what they announce.
You don't have the scene light to show how red my face is, because I agree with you 100%.
I know because he's sitting here saying like he's gonna. Oh well, I'm locked in now. I'm good. I'm good. I'll be good for a few years.
I'm trying to be more responsible financially. Yeah.
BS. now, wait a minute. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the way you do this. I want to give you credit as much as I'm busting your balls. Yeah. It's not like you're going and dropping $800 every time.
No.
You're not buying these outright. You're wheeling and dealing. And I will say, upgrading smart the way that you're doing it. You're doing it at a fraction of the cost of what it could be. So I want to be fair to you. Yes, you're always swapping out, but dude, more power to you. I think I would have more room to make fun of you if you were like just buying this stuff. You were dropping 800 every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're not doing that. So that's why I want to make it clear to everybody. We're always talking about Doug's new toys. He's just always rotating because he's wheeling and dealing, and he gets good deals on stuff. So I want to be fair to him in that. So, but my point is, I know how he wheels and deals. If a new one comes out, and I know they're going to do a trade-in program on the Ultra 2.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
And if they like, let's just say, you know what, we're going to say the Ultra 3, let's just for argument's sake, let's say it is $900. I'm just going to say it's higher.
Yeah.
Well, hear me out. Let's say it's $900, but they're giving a $600 trade-in for Ultra 2. Now that puts him at the 3. All he's got to do is sell one more thing, and he's going to be having the new one for like a couple $100.
Yeah,
for
because I only owe $200 on it after the iPad and the watch trade-in. So
Yep. I got to say this: scrolling through the site, Apple always has the prettiest websites.
They do have awesome,
dude.
sites,
how things scroll. I'm scrolling through it, and just wow, it's beautiful.
The years of trash talking I did on Apple, I'm still not paid up, but
I know you did. But you know what? What's funny?
But I was on the other fence of it's the Kool-Aid, man. Everybody's drinking the Kool-Aid. I can't come over there.
And in the late 90s, I was a massive Apple hater, dude. Like I hated them. And it's because Apple did have some very sus, like the multicolored Macs. They were cool and all, but man, Mac OS was garbage. Like to support it, I don't know. I just wasn't a fan. Yeah. Now, they did do a turn at one point. Once they started doing the iPhone and they started, the minute they switched over Mac OS to a Unix base, they started making some really smart moves. That's when I started to pay attention. I'm like, all right, they're on to something here. So, and I don't know, man. They are a set it and forget it company. And what I mean by that is, for the most part, it's technology that you will spend more for, but you can keep it longer. And you're not going to have to dilly-dick around with repairing it. When I say repairing it, I mean, I actually got a virus on my Galaxy phone when I had one. Oh. What? A virus on a phone is ridiculous. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that in their ecosystem. So that's the advantage. Is I don't want to have to fix my technology because I deal with this stuff all the time. I want to set it and forget it. Yeah. And that's why I've stayed in their ecosystem, is because, and people, it drives me nuts. It drives me bananas when I have non-technical people come to me and say, hey, I want to buy a new computer. What do I get? And I'm like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, well, and they give me some very basic. I just do the internet. I do Facebook and I do email, and I don't want to have. I don't know nothing about it. And I'm like, all right, you have two options. The super cheap option, get a Chromebook. It'll never. If you're only doing it, get a Chromebook, dude. Just do that, or go Apple. And I always get the same thing. I don't like an Apple. I don't know, they're garbage. But when they hear they don't know.
They've never tried.
I don't want to learn how to use them, which they're actually pretty intuitive to use. Then what do? They'll go to Walmart and they'll buy a Windows computer. And then in about a week, I'll get a phone call. Hey, I'm getting these pop-ups and they say I have a virus. Or I'm getting the blue screen. I don't know why. My printer won't install. Yeah, so it drives me nuts. No. Don't ask me for my advice and then not listen to me, okay?
Because there's like somebody I know.
Wow, that last printer one was a comment about somebody we know. I'm gonna leave that.
We'll talk about that later.
We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna people's names. So. Okay. Anyway, back to the point. Apple makes great stuff. I'm happy for you. Anything you want to round out before I get to our last topic that's gonna send you off like a Saturn V? Anything about the watch?
Ain't nothing about the watch. I think it's good. I'll report back later episodes. It does have some, and I mean, this is trivial, but it has some cooler faces, like watch faces.
It's because I think you have more real estate
and a lot more data that I can put on the screen. So
I will say that's one thing I am kind of jelly about. I love the watch faces, like on mine. Like I like the busy ones. Like I have my weather. I like all that stuff. Right? You have far more real estate. When I look at this picture here, dude, you have so many more widgets than what I can have.
I do have a rant for watch
I'd
faces.
like that about the faces. I wish you could make your own faces. That kind of ticks me off. Now you can modify them, but I think it's too limited. That's my opinion.
That's what I was going to say about. I had an Android smartwatch. They have so many different apps besides Google or whatever to make watch faces, and they would work great. The watch face apps on Apple are terrible because Apple is so limited. It's not giving you access to your biometrics and stuff like that.
Yep.
So
hands down. I agree. Hands down.
Basically a skin that doesn't really work. So you have to use the Apple watch faces to do all the Apple features.
And what customizations they let you do are so limited. Like if I want my weather in this one corner, some faces won't let you do that.
Yeah. Yep.
What does it matter? That I will say, Android hands down
Yeah.
dominates them on that. That's where customization is
Well, and
nice.
I think I'm going to use the old word for me. I think I'm getting older because I'm moving away from an Android that you can customize everything, you can do all this crazy stuff. I just want, and I know I've said it before, a phone that works. You know,
Yeah.
you've told me that before, but I'm done with all the customization, all that crud. I
Damn.
just want something that I can
Just
pick up,
works.
call, and use. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. All right. Well, we'll see we'll check in with him in the fall. We'll see when Apple makes their announcement, what Doug says. I want to remind him about this conversation from so many
You're
months
gonna
back.
say,
So
Doug, do you have any watch on your wrist
I
already?
was like, wait, he's going to make no.
Don't tell Ashley.
All right, I'm going to close this bad boy out here. There's one last thing that we're going to round out because this is a funny thing to me. Doug deliberately sent this to me, and I was like, we're not going to talk about it in our chat. I want to know what you think because I know this ticks him off. I'm going to simply share. I'm going to share a screen right here. And I want you to explain what we're looking at. What is this?
You know, last year, October 26th, because I did it on a podcast. So we must have recorded a episode on October 26th of last year. I placed an order for the Sega Dreamcast little die-cast metal collectible. And I think it's the size of like $1 or something. I get this email today, and look, it says, due to a lack of availability, we cannot fulfill your order. We canceled your order. How do you not have availability when I ordered it last October? Pre-ordered it.
It should have been reserved.
So
yeah,
shame on it's Amazon. Not Sega. Let me pull it up.
Oh, it's whoever their seller is.
Shame on Square Enix store. Shame on you.
That is ridiculous.
I ordered it a year ago.
Have you done search just out of curiosity? I'm sure it's a high demand item because there were more than the Dreamcast. There were other ones. Have you looked to see if it's anywhere else? Like,
I've saw that there's European versions already on their kind of eBay.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I haven't. I'm seeing all this stuff. So it was $10. I'm seeing the articles from IGN and other places last year. But so right now it's $50 on the Square Enix store, and I paid $9 on Amazon. So I wonder. Here's what I'm wondering: did they cancel all the orders because of tariffs and stuff, and say that I paid too little amount of money? That's
possible. That's possible.
Because right now I'm looking at the Square Enix store, and it's $50 for that thing.
Now I'll tell you, you may pay in fee. I've ordered from them before. Play Asia has it for $29. Now you may have to pay tariff, or you may have to pay shipping.
Yeah.
They also have by the way, they have a Dreamcast, but they have a Sega CD version as well.
I'm going to drop this in the chat.
Not
if
Sega
you
CD.
mind pulling this
Saturn.
Up.
They have a Sega Saturn version as well. All right, let me bring this up.
I dropped this in the chat for Keith. This is Square Enix's U.S. store. I am not paying $50 for this thing at all.
Let me get this bad boy up.
So I'm a little frustrated. I think now that I see this website, I think I was strictly canceled because they would lose money on it, maybe.
Yeah, I bet you're right. So this is the Square store.
Yeah,
$50.
That
no way.
is what I ordered at $10 on Amazon.
That ain't worth $50.
No.
Would you pay 30?
I'm a little frustrated. No, not really, because I think it's tiny. It doesn't really have a scale to it.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. It's not even a full inch wide.
Dude.
Tall by.
Says
it's a tiny little thing.
Yeah. It was released in June last month of 2025.
Yeah. So I'll end this conversation with that's my thought of they sold it too cheap, and they got someone in the CEO's office said, no, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, I bet you're right. You might be able to find, I don't know, man.
So shame on you, Square Enix, for canceling everybody's order.
I think you are right to be upset in the fact that regardless of the reason, whether it's tariffs, whatever, you pre-order something. Now, granted, Amazon is not great about honoring pre-orders. Companies like Best Buy, GameStop, they seem to be a little better where they lock you in and then they stop. What they do is they say it's out of stock after they've fulfilled the pre-orders because the pre-order locks you into your item, right? Yeah. It didn't seem like they did that here with this.
So I was a little upset, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll find one at one of the cons. You never know.
Yeah.
right? You know, you should do. Put Brian on it. He'll find you one.
Oh, there we go. Well, he'll just say, "Why don't you get a real one and stick it behind you?"
And then he has like 5 Dreamcasts behind him that he'll try to sell you.
Yeah.
All right, man. It's a
Alrighty.
fun episode. It was good. Good time. Congratulations on
Good.
the watch purchase. And
Thank
sorry
you.
about your Dreamcast. It was a
That
Doug,
wasn't
it was
meant
a
to
Doug
be.
heavy episode this time.
Yeah.
He's lamenting.
I close this out. If you're okay, I want to thank everybody for listening, everybody for watching. We're really happy to bring all this stuff to you. Like I said, every time, I'm the softy here. I like to get our feelers out of what we love, what we like to watch, what we're buying. So just thank you for listening to us and keep coming back every week. Appreciate it.
You did perfect. Sharing the love, man. That's what this podcast is about. Don't forget to check out the merch store. Help support us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate everybody and your time. We hope you have a great week, and we'll catch you on the next one. Stay nerdy.
See ya.